Man, we got more news, man, on the Big U murder charges, man. It ain't been looking too good for him since the start of this. So we got new information. It's a new video. So we finna get straight into the video, man.
That stems from a 2021 murder of Rayshawn Williams. The feds believe that Big U murdered Rayshawn Williams, and they have found a way to incorporate the murder of Rayshawn Williams into a bunch of other crimes, and they're charging Big U for running a criminal enterprise. Big U was back in court yesterday. Now, I was shocked. The courtroom was kind of empty. It was his family members who was there, but I was expecting, everybody who he has ever worked with or touched or did something for to show up. Nobody was there. But Big U issued his official plea for these crimes yesterday.
Music executive and alleged LA gang leader Eugene Henley Jr. is heading to trial. Last month, he was named in a 43-county federal indictment, and this afternoon, he pleaded not guilty during his arraignment. Prosecutors accuse Henley of running a criminal enterprise involving murder, human trafficking, robbery, and extortion. They also say Henley, known as Big U, has ties to the notorious Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips street gang. His trial is scheduled for May 20th.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro. That trial ain't starting May 20th. If there's one thing you can be sure of in life, is that trial ain't starting May 20th. That trial about to get extended about 6 times. It's about to take about 2 or 3 years for this to get to trial. So as Big U wait,
because they're gonna be trying to get more and more evidence to pile up against him, and so they can put him away for real. That's what they doing. That's why it's gonna keep getting put away. Like I said, they ain't gonna start on May. They gonna keep pushing it back. Like I said, they're gonna keep trying to find more information, more crimes, and stack it up against them.
And Sid, he's gonna want bond, right? He's gonna have a bond hearing pretty soon.
Okay.
And when he has the bond hearing, the issue is not gonna be about money. Big U has a son in the NFL who is like an all-pro caliber player. Like, the son balled out this year. Balled out. Right? He was an all-pro snub. So the son about to get like a huge payday for like a...
What? He got a son in the NFL? I ain't know that. So why the hell is you in the streets still game banging and doing extortion crimes then? Hey, what the... So... I don't know who his son is, but we finna find out. But that's crazy. So you telling me like you realize you're committing crime still, and you got a son that's in the NFL, and he's supposedly been balling out. He balled out last season, and he's about to get a big contract, and you still out here doing crime? Ain't looking too good.
100 or like $60 million his next check.
Damn.
So Big U would have no problem making bail. All right, he has high-profile celebrity friends. He would have no problem making bail.
Who the hell gonna bail that?
Money. But the issue surrounding his bond or his bill or him getting out as he fight this case will be contingent on the safety of the public. That's how they get everybody, bro. They got Brick Baby like that. They got Loose Cannon like that. Y'all got the money. Y'all got millions of dollars in properties to put up for the bond. Sorry, but it's not about the money, bro. We can't let you out because you're a danger to society. And for the feds in this Big U case, they just got a Hail Mary. They just got a golden nugget to almost guarantee that Big U would not be granted bond by the judge. That golden nugget stemmed from this interview that TMZ did with Rayshawn Williams' family. This is his mom on the right and his aunt on the left. And they spoke on Big U and him being accused of killing their son.
I wanted to say I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, my heart really does go out to both of you. I mean, your family's going through a really tough time right now. I know there's news that broke out that said that Big U was might have been involved in your son's murder. I mean, do you believe he's responsible?
I know for a fact he's responsible. There's no doubt in my mind. Mother's instance, I know he's responsible.
This is really bad for a multitude of reasons.
And like if y'all know what happened. Like I said, the dude was in Vegas. Big U bought him an Airbnb. He's supposed to be out there recording. He was, fucking off, and Big U, they called like somebody, he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Big U went out there. They got into a little scuffle, altercation, about 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning. He disappeared. He found in the desert. Big U come back sweating. Y'all let me know, but hey,
it's one thing to be accused of killing Rayshawn Williams. But you being accused and the family is on board with the charges and they're motivated because they believe you 100% did it. Yo, do you understand how bad it's gonna look when the family come to court and testify? When the family take the stand and they testify and they beg and plead to the jury not to let him get off? And what we usually see in this situation, especially when it comes to family and internal issues, it's usually handled within the family.
Yeah.
They usually don't make it to where we're currently seeing it at. Because Rayshawn Williams and his family was linked to Big U and his family. Rayshawn Williams lived with Big U. Rayshawn Williams was Big U's son's best friend.
Yeah.
So they were linked. And usually in the black community, bruh, when something like this happened, you still give the person the benefit of the doubt. But in this situation, they believe they have enough. Now, their belief that Big U probably did it stems from, a multitude of reasons, including apparently when Rayshawn Williams passed away, Big U did not attend his funeral. He cut off all communication from Rayshawn Williams' family, even though they were communicating pretty regularly when Rayshawn Williams was living with Big U.
How my son feel about this though?
News, man, and y'all remember a couple days ago when I mentioned that case where the kid, the football player, Big U's son's best friend played on the football team who was living with Big U was killed. And it was saying that Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything. Just blocked her and everything, right?
Trying to look bad,
like,
bro.
Man, bro, like you always say if you know anything about these gang murders to give you the information. But when the football player is the best friend of your son who was living with you turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on his son? Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA came back on her son's fingernail.
Come to find out, the DNA was inconclusive.
Yeah, I heard
However,
that, yeah.
the family at this point already believed Big U did it. And there's nothing they could have really heard to say he didn't, right? So they did indeed tell 600 that the DNA was found, but it was inconclusive. But from their perspective, we were all the family. When Rayshawn passed away, you don't come to his funeral and you don't contact us, something is up, right? So then they would also go on to say that they feel like Big U did it because Rayshawn Williams was probably defiant, or Rayshawn Williams didn't totally do something that Big U wanted him to do. Like how they described it to me, it came across as if the murder was an act of impulse and it was done over something very petty. Because they can't really pinpoint to any type of major issue or major beef that Big U and Rayshawn Williams ever had.
Why do you think that he did it? I mean, that's like the big question.
Because you don't like the word no.
Okay.
You don't want nobody to tell you no. Everything's supposed to go your way or no way. So I feel like my baby did something that you didn't like. And you did what you did. Now karma's at your door.
Do you think?
My bad. And that stemmed from like what the situation that happened at the studio. They said what was going on. Rayshawn wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. They called Big U. Big U went back out there and then you know what happened. Well, if y'all watch the other videos, y'all know what happened. He disappeared. They left the studio, went back to the Airbnb. An hour later, he found dead. Big U come back like without him. You feel me? My thing is like, how your son feel about this? Like, your son ain't questioning. I mean, I know that's your pops, but like, he was the last one to see my best friend, and your son ain't questioning you about this. Like, legit, like, how do his son feel about this? Because that's crazy. You the last person to see my best friend, and you ain't come to the funeral or nothing. I don't know, man.
Big U is a
They
real
looking too
threat
hot
to the community right now.
Of course.
There's a lot that.
That's bad. That's the worst thing for Big U right now.
bro.
Big U is trying to get a bond. He's trying to get a bail. He's trying to get out and fight this case from the streets. This is the biggest threat to him getting out on bond and fighting the case from the streets. Hear what she has to say regarding her safety.
There's a lot there. I mean,
of course he is, because If he could do this to my child,
She got a
what
point.
makes you think he couldn't do it to nobody else's child? Or if he haven't done it to nobody else's child? Or if he don't have anybody child right now feeling threatened because of what he have said to them or what he have done to them. So, of course, he's a threat. Of course. No doubt.
With all this coming to light, are you worried for your family's safety?
Most definitely.
That
I've been
ain't
worried
good.
for my kids' safety since day one, since this happened.
That's sad,
I shouldn't
bro.
have to be a parent within fear of my child's or my kid's life
Nope.
when I trusted you.
Nope.
Now, if you're a big you, how do you go in front of a judge?
And
Now, you think about the best pitch you can think of, bruh. Even if you have 100 million, even if you want to do 24/7 security, ankle monitor, never leaving the home, how do you convince a judge to let you out on bond? When the family of the murder victim, the mother, is saying we don't feel safe. We feel like our lives are at risk. We feel like if he gets out, we will get hurt, and it's not fair that we have to live and hide it. How do you go to a judge and convince him to let you out? To me, this right here pretty much guarantees that Big U is not getting out on bond.
No.
It's not happening. And I'll be real, bro. The mother sounds pretty convincing. Outside of bond, because I think bond's a pretty done deal. Bond is not happening, bro, after this. A judge is not letting out Big U after the mother is saying that she feels like her and her family life is at risk. But can you imagine her at trial testifying? Oh my God.
It's
and
a
you
wrap.
took that away from me.
It's a
I mean,
wrap.
is there a message that you would want to send to Big U?
Why? Any other time you would have called me.
Me, bro.
Still right now, today, I still haven't heard from you. Nothing. Just like they say, that big old N, you have it on your chest right now, and it stands for nothing, because that's what you are. In my book, you a nothing person to me. Can I forgive you? I tried.
You feel me? Maybe.
I tried to pray on it. I tried to ask the Lord above me to help me to forgive you. And deep down, my Heavenly Father upstairs know who I am, if don't nobody else know me. I've tried, and I cannot do it.
Woo!
I cannot forgive you.
That nigga, yeah, he cooked. He cooked, bro. He's cooked. Like, but can you blame her though? You can't blame her. Like, you can't blame his mama, bro. Like she said, I tried to, but the Lord upstairs, hey, the man upstairs ain't said nah, can't do it. Like damn, he cooked, bro. That nigga Big U, yeah, he fried chicken.
That's the strangest part to me, and the part that really pinpoints the guilt, if he is guilty. Because when something like this happened, and Rayshawn Williams was a person that lived with you, a person who you took in as a son, who was really close with your son.
That's a thing.
I would think if that person passed away, you would do all you can to stay connected to the family. Give them whatever they need. Stay in connection. Help out with the funeral. Go to the funeral. Do certain things that that anybody would do, especially if it's a kid that lived with them, right? So for the family to say that, we haven't been in communication since the day our son passed away, since the day the police let us know our son passed away,
crazy.
We haven't been in communication. To me, that's kind of like
crazy.
To me, that's the biggest indictment of guilt than anything else that I've heard so far, because it really don't make sense. Now, the consequences from this is going to extend beyond Big U. It's going to extend and affect even his family. His son, Dayon Henley, was number 3 in the league this year for total tackles.
Yeah, he was.
He's balling out. Is he gonna get judged? Because if y'all remember, Deshaun Jackson got released from the Eagles after making a Pro Bowl because they claim he was linked to gang activities.
Yep.
So is Dayon Henley's career gonna be stifled? Is it gonna be ended short?
That's what I'm saying. How does son feel about it? Like I said, you supposedly, man, you was the last person to see my best friend. You out here doing this, doing crimes, extorting people in the city of, Los Angeles, And I think his son played for the Chargers. If I'm not mistaken, that's who, because they said, he played for the Chargers. If he does, that's who he talking about. Yeah, he was hooping. But you in the city, same city I grew up in. I played professional ball for it. You in the same city doing this extortion and committing murder supposedly. How you think that's gonna look on me? Like I said, Deshaun Jackson got released because Chip Kelly was over there saying he was part of part of the gang. So this man, hey, if you mess up your, hey, boy, I know that's your pops, bro, but that's, hey, man, don't let the man, hey, you don't let him mess up your career, cause that's, boy, that'd be crazy.
Is this going to affect his contract negotiation after his rookie
yeah.
contract? This just affects a lot of people,
and he in the city of Los Angeles too.
Don't really deserve for it to be affected, right? Like Deion Henley. He don't deserve for his NFL contract to be affected or for the teams to, cut him out of money because his father is being accused of. But one thing we know, bro, is if you are linked this closely to gang activities, to murders, NFL teams ain't playing that. And we learned it from Deshaun Jackson when they released him for just being affiliated with gangs. Deshaun Jackson paid for his homie bond, I believe, right? Or paid for his lawyers, and he beat the case. He came home, took a picture with the friend on Instagram, and the Eagles released him the following day for gang activities. So this could affect a lot of people, man. Now, the one thing I would say that's not going in Big U's favor is the fact that this story is extending beyond YouTube, and it's transitioning to mainstream media. Like when TMZ is conducting multiple interviews to talk about Big U, like they interviewed SKG, right? The woman who claimed that Big U brutalized her. They interviewed the family of Rayshawn Williams. They even interviewed Adam 22 and asked Adam 22 about Big U. So when TMZ is this interested, bruh, you're about to get painted like a villain for at least 6 summers.
Oh, me, bro.
There's a lot of claims
this
being made.
nigga
West 100 said you got picked up by the feds. Can I ask you, where's that coming from?
I mean, Wack got an overactive imagination, to say the least. I was not picked up by the feds, but they did pay a visit to my residence, and my lawyer spoke to them, and they made it clear that I'm not in any kind of trouble right now. I'm not being investigated, but what they did want to get their hands on, which is kind of crazy, is that they wanted to see the cease and desist that we received from Big U maybe a year ago, that basically was requesting that we remove a podcast appearance in which Loose Cannon said that Big U had prior knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death before it actually happened, so before Nipsey actually got killed. And so the feds were interested in that, which is very interesting to us because that makes us think, why are they curious about that? There's nothing about that in the original indictment or criminal complaint. So very suspicious. Really makes us wonder what the feds are investigating exactly when it comes to Big U. But as far as myself, I wasn't locked up.
So what are your thoughts on the case? With Big U, being arrested and everything.
I mean, to be real with you, whatever's going on with Big U don't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
They're saying he was extorting everybody. They're saying that he killed this kid Rayshawn in Vegas. I don't really know anything about that aside from what I've read.
Big U worked for years to remove the stigma of a gang leader and rebrand his image into a community leader and activist, and that's gone.
But that's what motherfuckers do though. They said they was doing it back in the day. Like said, the mob bosses was doing the same thing. They started, community. That's what motherfuckers did back in the day. Hey, we gonna take care of the community. Da 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 da. Hey, we gonna keep this on a hunt done. We put money into community, and hey, we can still do what we do, still commit our crime. Big U ain't doing nothing new. This shit been going on. It's just it's just 2025 now.
And when you have people like TMZ dedicated to making you a story, it's over with, bro. I doubt Big U can get a fair trial at this point, bro. Right? The way TMZ and other media outlets is spamming stories about him. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, okay? Do you guys believe that Big U will get the bond? Let me know, okay? And do you guys think honestly, do y'all think he's guilty or he's innocent? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere.
I'm gonna keep it a whole done. He ain't getting no damn bond, because if Brick Baby and Loose Cannon ain't getting no bond, and they ain't did half the shit they accusing Big U of, why would Big U get a bond? And then as far as him being guilty, y'all put the pieces together with the case going on. What happened to Rayshawn? You feel me? Y'all put it together. And then, like I said, his son, bro, bro, how his son feel about this? Like I said, I didn't even know his son played in the NFL until Flacco just mentioned his name. I didn't know, like I said, dude was balling. He was hooping on the Chargers, and that's crazy, bro. Like you killed his, you were being accused of killing his best friend. How do your son feel about it? Like, and then he said he coming up for contract extensions too. Man, I don't know, man. That's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It ain't looking too good for Big U, man. It ain't, bro. Like I said, it's just a whole lot of he putting people in situations they ain't got to be put in, bro. And it's all bad. Like I said, I just feel for his son, man. Like I said, man, condolences to the family of Ray Shine. Like I said, it's crazy, man. But y'all hit that like and subscribe button if y'all new here. Welcome to the channel. If y'all not new here, y'all know what's going on. Y'all, comment, like the video. Like I said, shout out to Flacco for the video. He be dropping bangers, so we gonna react to it. Man, y'all check out my second channel. It's D.SHELTON TV. It's in the description. And we out, man. I'll see y'all in the next one.